5 years ago, she looked me in the eye and said, "You're great, but I need more stability. I want someone who can give me options, travel, comfort, not just dreams." Then she left me for a flashy banker with a leased Porsche and a hollow laugh. Last week, she walked into my luxury gym, didn't recognize me. That was the best part. My name's Evan Walsh. I'm 34 now. But the story really starts when I was 29, broke, and in love with someone who made me feel like being enough was never quite enough. Her name was Lena. She was smart, ambitious, with a laugh that sounded like Sunday mornings and trouble. We met in a philosophy class in college. She was arguing some Plato theory. I said something sarcastic under my breath, and she turned to glare at me like I was the dumbest man alive. That's how it started. With a glare. We dated for 3 years. Moved in together after one. I was working 2 jobs then, bartending at night, coding freelance gigs during the day. I had big plans. Wanted to start my own tech company, build something from scratch. I thought Lena believed in that. But belief, it turns out, has an expiration date when rent's due and your boyfriend's shoes have holes in them. It started with little comments. "Maybe you should think about something more stable, Evan. How long are we going to be in this apartment? You know Brian from work? He just bought a place downtown. His girlfriend's moving in." I'd laugh them off. Or try to. I thought love was enough. One night, we were out with her friends, sushi spot in Midtown, the kind where the check hurts, and someone asked me what I did. I told them I was building a tech product. Lena cut in before I could finish. "He's freelancing. It's kind of in development." The tone stung more than the words. I caught the look one of her friends gave her. A mix of sympathy and smugness. After dinner, I asked her about it. She sighed, rubbing her temples like I was a migraine. "I just don't want you to keep chasing some pipe dream, Evan. We're not 22 anymore." That night, I didn't sleep. Not because I was angry, but because for the first time, I wondered if she was right. Maybe I was just dreaming. Maybe I wasn't enough. 3 weeks later, she told me she needed space. 2 weeks after that, she posted a photo with him. The banker. His name was Logan, and he looked like someone who ironed his gym socks. The caption? "New chapters dizzy." I didn't block her. I watched it unfold like a slow-motion car crash. New restaurants, weekend trips, rooftop cocktails. She looked happy. Or maybe just relieved. I went dark after that. Socially, emotionally, even online. I moved into a crappy studio in Queens. No AC, paper-thin walls, and a landlord who smelled like cigars and regret. But I got to work. I taught myself more code. Got hired by a startup no one had heard of. Within a year, I was their lead developer. 2 years after that, I left and started my own company. It wasn't flashy. Just a fitness platform with a clean UI and smart AI integrations for trainers and clients. But it worked. It solved problems. And it made money. By year 3, we were doing 7 figures. I bought a loft in Tribeca, got a personal trainer, built out my own gym concept. Luxury, minimalist, members only, invite-based. Called it Elevation. Now, I don't say all that to brag. I say it because that version of me, the quiet, broke, too passionate Evan, he died in that sushi restaurant. And I don't miss him. But sometimes, just sometimes, I remember how Lena looked at me the night before she left. Like I was a half-finished story she didn't have time to finish reading. It was a Wednesday when she walked in. I was behind the front desk that morning. Not typical, but my floor manager had a family emergency, and I like staying involved. Clean floors, quiet music, eucalyptus in the air. Elevation was sleek, all white walls and warm wood accents. Soft towels. $500 a month exclusivity. She walked in wearing black leggings and a lavender hoodie. Hair pulled back. No makeup. Still somehow glowing. She looked around, confused. "Hi, I'm looking for a day pass," she asked. Her voice. It stopped me cold for a second, but I kept my face neutral. Just nodded. "Sure. Referral?" She hesitated. "Oh, no. My friend said she thought this place might do trials." I smiled polite. "We don't do walk-ins, I'm afraid. Invite only." She frowned. "But, my friend Ashley comes here. She said I could." "Your name?" "Lena. Lena Carver." I typed it in slowly. Of course, there was no entry. "I'm sorry, Lena. Only current members can refer guests, and Ashley didn't leave your name." She blinked. I saw the flicker in her eyes. That moment of recognition. The tilt of the head. "Evan." I smiled. "Yeah." Long pause. "Oh my God, this is your place." It is. She looked around again, slower this time. The weight of it settling in. I didn't. Wow? You look different. I nodded once. It's been a while. She gave a short laugh. 5 years, I think. Sounds right. Silence. She stepped a little closer. I heard about elevation. Didn't know you were behind it. Most people don't. I like it that way. She looked embarrassed, then tried to recover. Well, this place is beautiful. You've done really well for yourself. Thanks. Another beat. Then she asked, so, do you still code? I almost laughed. Not out of spite, just the absurdity. I haven't opened a terminal in a year. I've got a team now. Oh, she nodded. Of course. There was a pause where she expected me to say more. Ask her how she was. What she'd been doing. But I didn't. She shifted on her feet. I guess I should go. You're welcome to stay for a coffee. I offered, motioning to the lounge. If you want. Her eyes flicked up. Hopeful. Really? I nodded. Sure. Barista's in the back. Just tell her you're with me. She smiled. Thanks, Evan. Really? She walked toward the lounge, and I watched her disappear around the corner. No bitterness. No gloating. Just a quiet satisfaction. I wasn't the same man she left. And now she knew it. She stayed for the coffee. Sat in the corner of the lounge, sipping a latte with oat milk and trying not to stare at the space like it was built from her regrets. I didn't hover. I had things to do, emails to review, trainers to check in with, a meeting with my investor rep at noon. But every time I walked past that glass partition, I saw her. Alone. Small. Thinking. Lena used to fill rooms. She had that energy, magnetic, unbothered. But now, she looked more like someone remembering how it felt to be that girl. There was a difference. A sharp one. She left without saying goodbye. I didn't expect her to. I didn't need it. 2 days later, I got a message. Private DM. From a blank Instagram account. I shouldn't have left that way. I see that now. I stared at it for a full minute before closing the app. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. A week passed. Then another. On a Thursday afternoon, she showed up again. This time in heels and a blazer. Dressed like she wanted to make a statement. Her makeup was on point, lipstick red and sharp. She looked powerful. Or trying to. Evan, she said when I stepped out of my office. Can we talk? I nodded. Sure. We sat in the conference room. Big windows. Quiet. Clean air. She started slow. I know I don't have the right to ask anything, but I wanted to say I'm sorry. I just listened. She kept going. When I left, I thought I was choosing the smarter path. I thought money would solve things. Security. Stability. Logan had all of that. And she looked down. It wasn't enough. I didn't say anything. Let the silence press. He cheated, she said finally. 3 years in. And the worst part is, I wasn't even surprised. I nodded. Sorry that happened. She laughed, bitter. You're not. But thanks. I mean it. No one deserves that. She leaned back in her chair. You've changed. You're calm now. I'm happy, I said simply. She blinked. I didn't expect that, she said. I thought maybe you'd still be mad. Or smug. But you're just healed, I said. Mostly. She looked at me. Really looked. Do you ever think about us? I thought about it. For half a second. No, I said. She flinched, just slightly. But I think about the man I was when we were together. And how badly I needed someone to believe in me back then. She nodded. I didn't believe enough. No, you didn't. Silence again. Then she whispered. Do you think we could ever try again? Even just as friends? I stood up. I don't go backward, Lena. You made your choice. I made mine. And I'm good with it. She stood too. A little slower. Right, she said softly. Of course. I just needed to say it. For me. Take care of yourself, I said. She gave me a faint smile. One I didn't return. Then she walked out for the second time in her life. But this time, I didn't watch her go. I turned back to my office, back to my new life. And that was that. Some nights, I still think about the kid I was. The guy sitting on the floor of a studio apartment eating ramen, wondering if she was holding his replacement's hand. That version of me felt small, powerless. But you know what he had? Grit. And it turns out, grit builds more than just companies. It builds men. So no, I didn't become rich to win her back. I became rich so I'd never feel like I had to beg for love again. And when she walked into my gym that day, it wasn't revenge I felt. It was freedom. Because the best kind of success is quiet, confident, and untouchable.